Hi there, this is Kashif. If you are sitting in a meeting and the management want the answer of certain questions, for instance, they want the answer that which region, state, or city is driving most of the sales, or they want the answer that the discounts are improving volumes or they're destroying our profits, or which segment is more valuable or profitable, or who are our top customers. These are few of the questions which I'm just displaying over here. And you will have to answer these questions through visuals, through tables, through charts which we have prepared. This is exactly what we covered in our data storytelling using Power BI. And we have started a series in which we will answer these kind of questions using visuals which you can prepare in Power BI. This is one of the polls which I am running right now, that is active right now, and I will give the description of this poll in the description of this video as well. Right? So link will be provided in the description of this video. So right now this poll is active. There are 8 votes. I will not show the results. There are 8 votes. 1 week is left. So if you have if you are watching this video and the time is left, feel free to vote on any of the options which you like. The options which will get the most of the votes, I will try to replicate in our next webinar, the same webinar which you are watching. Okay. Let's move forward with the webinar or the questions which we will discuss in this session. Okay. So previously, in our previous work, let me show you. Our question was, so this is the PBX file. Our question was that are are we growing or declining over time? So what I did, I picked up a KPI, the KPI of sales. We created a visual, a simple trend line with high and low points. We have created a descriptive headline that sales are growing or not, and some details right over here as well. This is all dynamic. We made the months rolling so management can choose the months. What are the rolling months this year and what are the rolling months exactly same period last year? It can be budget as well. To compare whether we are growing or not, there are some slices right over here. We have given some important numbers in a KPI card. The variance is color coded in red, green and red, so it can easily be viewed whether we are growing or not. Okay, it is already growing. So this was our previous question, which we did. Right. Then at the end of the session, I made one more addition to this one, which is right now we have picked only one KPI, which is sales. What if we can give the management a right that they can also view between the KPIs? For instance, if it is sales, so whether our sales are grown, the visuals are showing the results of the sales. If I click on total quantity, now everything is changed to total quantity. If I go to profit, so everything is changed to grow profit. So sales have grown, but the profit is not grown over the period of time, say rolling 9 month. That's interesting. So total orders, total customers. So there are different KPIs. This point was not explained, that how we can make the selection of the KPI dynamic. Okay. So the question for today's webinar is same. Are we growing or declining over time? But we will focus on this part, how to make this one dynamic. Okay. And the start file will be given in the description of this video. So you can check, you can always download the start file and you can work with me. So let me go to that start file and let's work on this one. Uh, you can always check out our the question one was already actually explained in our live webinar. So we have covered this one in our live webinar, and I will give the uh, description of this video as well in my live webinar. So you can always check the same in the live webinar what we have covered. So let's move forward. Let's start from where we have left in our previous session. Okay. In our previous session, we have created this part. Now we need to create a dynamic part. So our dynamic part was that we need to work on the KPIs. Okay. Right now we have already we have only calculated one KPI, which is sales. Okay. So let me do one thing. Let me explain that you can see that there are some visuals right over here. Okay. I can add these visuals in a subfolders. That makes the things really very easy. So I can pick and choose the visuals and assign them a subfolder that we can always check those subfolders. Okay. So let's start with that part. To add the visuals in this, add the measures in the subfolder, you will have to work on the third view. Okay, because you can multi-select the measures in the third view, which is the model view. Okay, so we will go in the third view and let's add the respective measures in their respective subfolders. Okay, for instance, this is one, right? So this is a okay, yes. So this is these are the measures which I want to add in one subfolder. So you can first select the measures, multi-select, which is control left click of the mouse, and then there is a display folder right over here. Okay. So in this display folder, you will have to just give a name. For instance, I give a name of um, 02, which is one KPI. So I'm just giving it as one KPI because we will go for multiple KPI. Okay. So this is one KPI, which I have added. So you can see that all of the measures are added right over here in one KPI. Okay. So I will go for the next one. So I can collapse this one, and this is the KPI. So I will just go for 01. This is because we will add more KPI. So I'm just naming it as KPI. And one more thing you will notice if I go right over here. So the two spoilers are added. This table is not yet designated as a measure table. Okay. If I delete this only column which you see, so this table will be designated as a measure table, and you can easily identify with the icon right over here. Okay, so just keep an eye on the icon of the table. So if I delete this part, from here, it will have only KPI measures. The icon will change from table to so this is changed. Okay. Now let's move towards the next thing. Uh, let me just remove this one and let's go for other KPIs. So we have one KPI which is sales. Let's start with the other KPIs, which is the total quantities. So let me just click on the table. Table toolbar is open. I will click on new measure and let's first create measures. So this is my first point. I am creating those measures. First is total quantity, sum of quantity. Okay, this is one. Then I will go to the next one and I will create uh, total profits. Let me move to the next one and let me create the next one, which is total orders. So I want the distinct count of the order. Of course, it is repeating, so I just want a distinct count for orders and for customers as well, because otherwise it will count every order. So I don't want to count every order. I just want a distinct count. And then the customers. Okay, so these are additional four KPIs which I have created, and I will just add all these KPIs in the KPI subfield. Okay, so you have all the KPIs right over here. We can move toward the next thing. Now we need to add all these KPIs in our one DAX measure. So in our previous session, we went into model. So remember, just a quick recap. In our previous session, we created this dynamic element where the user can add the numbers in it was created in the model view and new parameters. So we used one option, which was numeric range right over here at the top. Now we are using the field parameter. So same option in the previous session, we selected numeric range. So we have numeric range. Now we are adding the field parameter. Field parameters give us the options where we can multi-select the columns and the measures. We are using it for the measures. Okay. So this is the path. You will have to select this path, and right over here, then you will have to select the field parameter. Then you will have to give all the elements. So I will just give it as a KPI, make it short, and I will add the measures. So sales, quantity, profit, order. So, and I will, let me remove this one, total word right over here. Okay. It will add a slicer. And this slicer, of course, the same. The slicer was same. Dynamic, it is also dynamic. But I will add this slicer. Let me remove the annotation right from here. Okay. Let's just add first the slicer and then I'll explain. Okay. So behind the scenes, a measure is written. So this is the measure which is written, and this measure is creating a table. And if I go in the table view, so we can see that this is a table which is created. Okay. So the important element which you are seeing right now, you are seeing this column in the dashboard. Okay, right over here you are seeing this one. And in our DAX measures, we will use this column in almost all of the DAX measure to add this new um, measure table in our working. Okay, so just remember this part. And this is actually created from the user interface of Power BI, so you don't need to go much details that what is this name of DAX measure is doing. Tell the parts. That's it. So we have our KPI card. This a slicer. we need to make this slicer single select, okay, because we need to select one at a time. So I will go in the slicer setting and select this part, single select. Okay. Do not go for multi-select. I want to go for single select. This is my okay. And as I am doing for rest of the images, I will go for a simple background, which is the light gray background. Okay, so I can select single. Okay. So let's do it one by one. Our first thing is that we need to go for the line which we are seeing right now. This line is for sales. So we need to make it dynamic. If we want to make it dynamic, then we need to go for a measure. Right now, if I click over here, it was simple sales. This was simple sales. Okay. Now I need to indicate Power BI that the KPI slicer, which is over here, if sales is selected, show the line of the sales. If quantity is selected, show the line of the quantity. So I need to create a new measure for this part. Okay. So for this one, as I said earlier, the KPI order is important. Okay. So let me first take a liberty of copying the measure from the reference file, and then I'll explain. Okay. And all these measures are already provided in the DAX pack. So you will have the DAX pack. Okay. So now this is the name of the measure, selected KPI value. So I have created a variable and I've used the selected value of KPI order, okay, which was 1, 2, 3, 4. And now I am using an if statement. If the KPI order is 0, then give the value of total sales. If it is order quantity, then say this one. Let me check whether our orders are same. Yes, sales, quantity, profit, order, and customer, everything is same. So this one, if 3 is selected, then give the value of order, and if quantity is selected, then give the value of 4. Okay. So it is giving me the same thing. Once I have this part, let me click over here and let's replace it. Of course, this time the visual, so we reset that part. But first, let's start one by one. Okay. So right over here, let me explain. We are just changing the line part. Okay. We'll change the line part. There are a lot of things. Then we'll change this one. Then we will change this one as well. Then the main figure, and then these ones. So almost 6 or 7 things have to be changed one by one. So I will change my first element. I have added the sales. I will select the sales right over here, add the sales, and delete this one. Okay. As I said earlier, it will disturb this one for the time being. That's okay. And it is showing us the values. So it is sales, it is quantity. So the values are changing. Sales value is a bigger one, then quantity, then profit. And for profit, of course, the min max is not correct. Okay. So we need to change the min max as well, because this min max is also not correct. This is the minimum one right over here, but it is showing this one as minimum. Okay. Our values are corrected. Now we need to correct the minimum and maximum. The previous minimum and maximum was this one right over here. So I will have to just correct few of the things right of in this one. So I will go copy paste the same formula which we have created previously. Okay. And I will change this one to the selected KPI value for min and max both. Okay. So let me go with this one. Okay. So now this is for the KPI, and this one is, I will change this one to selected KPI value because it should be dynamic. I'll change this one to selected KPIs, this one to selected KPIs as well, and these will also be changed to selected KPIs. Okay. So this is changed. One thing is changed. Now we need the value as well. So I will go for the text as well. Let me just copy paste the same one. Control C and Control V. So this one is for text, and right over here we have said that it will show if it is a maximum, then it will show the value, it will show the value, and this will be blank. Okay. So now our three measures which we need are almost there. We need to add both of them. For to add the minimum and maximum highlights, I said that the the line chart which you are seeing right now, in the line chart, I cannot color code the line dynamically, right? So what I did in my previous session, I changed into a cluster column chart, and the columns, of course, the columns I can make it dynamic, right? So I will make this one dynamic right over here. So I will add, click over here and use the measure, which is min, max, and KPI. Okay, so this is minimum and this is maximum. Okay, so it is showing us a minimum and maximum, and I will go in the data labels. In the data labels value, we will replace with a min max KPI right over here. This one, I will add the KPI. Okay, so this is added. The value is also added, and I will color code the value. I will go right over here and color code the value accordingly. So minimum and maximum value is fixed. So I can go to the color coding, and now for the type, if I go for sales, so it is showing as the minimum and maximum value of sales. For quantities, for profit, for order. Okay, so there are two minimum and two maximum. So it is showing two minimum, two maximum, exactly the same. So there are two minimums showing two minimum and one maximum, so it's showing one maximum. Okay, so this part is fixed. Okay, and as far as the line is concerned, because this is a blue line and it is taking a lot of attention, so we don't need the attention in the lines. We need the attention at certain points. So right over here, I will change the attention. I will make it gray. Okay. So let's make it a gray in the middle. So this will do the trick. Okay. So it has everything. So it is doing the trick. Okay. So our first part, which is this line, is dynamic. Okay. Now we need to add more things to the next one, which is this one. Okay. The text part. So let's go toward the text part and let's make the text part dynamic. Okay. So if I give you the hint, so this is the detailing part, title, like storytelling title. This was used before. We need to change this one, title. The only thing which we need to add is these KPIs. Okay. So let me just take a liberty of copying the um, parameters title right over here. It will be same like this one, only few things will be changed. Right over here, Okay, before going to this one, we need to go for more things because in title, actually, I forgot something. Um, before going to the title, we need that whether it's growing or not. So we need to match it with the previous one and the same one. So the rolling months sales or rolling KPIs have to be has to be calculated. So this is the measure, okay, and in this measure we need to calculate the next part. O- Okay, so this is the measure. We need to enhance this measure. This one. Okay. So what is the enhanced version of this measure? Let me just copy paste the same. So remember, this is a measure, right? This is a measure. So we will actually use the same measure, just in an enhanced version. So if I just add the measure right over here, new measure. Okay. So we have added one thing, which is rolling M value. So the ID, the KPI order, this is added. Rolling M1 is the previous one. So I have the ID, the same methodology. If the ID is 0, then add the sales. If the ID is 1, then go for the quantity. If the ID is um, the 2, then go for the profit. And if the ID is 3, then go for the next part. So on and so forth. Okay. So it is going in this manner. So if I just take this measure, make it big, right? Okay. Same thing, which is we have 5 KPIs with the numbers. So if 0 is selected, so if I've selected order, so 3 will be selected. So it will show me the value of 3. Okay. So this is my rolling M in a dynamic manner. We have 5 KPIs. Now let's go for the rolling M in based on the same previous months. Okay. So this formula was used. This is the formula which was used. So the same formula will be used, but we will change for total sales. We will use the rolling M KPIs, which the measure which we have already created right now. Sorry. So I will add a new measure. Okay. Just this part is changed. Okay. Nothing else. Just this part is changed. So the rolling M months for the KPI is calculated, and this measure is calculating the rolling M months for the previous year. Okay. And then we will go for the Y or Y change. So I will add a measure of Y or Y change, which is year on year change, current month minus the previous month. Okay, so first we need to go for the change which is in value. So this is current month minus previous month, and then we will go for the change which is in percentage. Okay, so this is value, and let's go for the percentage. So I've gone to the percentage one. Okay, and one more thing, which is uh, conditional formatting. So if because right over here we have the text conditional formatting, so I will have to give these numbers some conditional formatting. So I will change this one to conditional formatting. Okay. Now it's time to go for the title, the storytelling title, which will answer the question whether we are growing or not. So for this one, I will copy the same title, this one, but in a changed manner, because now it the previous one which you are seeing right now, this is for one KPI, but for multiple KPIs, I will add another one which is right over here. The only thing which is added is this one, the orders, and then I will inform that switch between the text. If it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I've not added the margin. Okay, so this is the one, and then go from here. So this is the one. We are going over time, and now this, in the previous text, or in the previous measure which we added, we have hard coded the measure, right? So if I just write over here, we have hard coded the measure, sales are growing. Okay, now in this one, I have not hard coded it, I have made it dynamic. So if 1 is selected, it will be quantity. If 0 is selected, it will be sales. So this part is written right over here. Other parts remains the same. So this is our storytelling main title. Okay, so I will add this main title right over here. I will go to format, title. This is main title. So let's go right over here in FX, field value, and this is our main title. Main title. So now this is our main title. We are growing over time. Orders. Now it is giving me that order is selected. Order rolling 4 month, or sales, or quantities, or profit. Okay, so now this part is dynamic. Let's go to the second part, which is detail. This detail, of course, it was already a long formula, so we will have to add one more complexity, which is these dynamic KPIs. So this will become more dynamic. It will be a long formula. So let me just first copy paste the same right over here. Okay. The only thing which is added in the previous, as compared to the previous one, this ID in KPI ID is added, and now this is also added, of course, because 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is also added. I've not added the percentage part. Now this is the text which is added. Okay, so this text is already provided, so you can always check in the DAX pack. The complete measure is already given. Okay, and this is dynamic in some natures, because if the value is in million, so it will show in million. If the value is in thousands, it will show in case. Okay, so there are a lot of things which is covered right over here. As I already said in my previous webinar, that this session is for those professionals who are aware of Power BI. So I'm just giving them one solution. The details of these solutions, of course, they are aware of it. And if you are not aware of Power BI, then it will be better to go for the basics of Power BI first and then go for this webinar. Now I will go in my first my visual, and this is the, I will go for the subtitle. This is the subtitle right over here, and I will add the measure which we have created in the subtitle. So this is detail. Okay, so now this is showing me the detail of total profit. Okay, So this part, of course, quite a number of things are dynamic, but this one will change if I go for quantity. So it will show me the quantity, it will show me the sales, it will show me the customers. Okay. So made as far as the main visual is concerned, main visual is totally dynamic. It was totally, and the number of months are also added. So if 4 month rolling based on this year and previous year is compared, so we have already done this part. Now this KPI card. Okay. So KPI card will be simple because the first thing is that we need to add this part dynamic. So this part will be dynamic based on the first actually measure which we have already created. So our first measure is the KPI. Okay. So we need to just add the KPI right over here. So I will delete this one and add the KPI. Okay. So it is showing us orders, everything, profit, quantities, so on and so forth. Okay. Now, the thing is we need to add the reference point. So let me just make the mouse a little closer to this one. We will do this one by one. So I will go right over here. The reference point comes in the reference label. So I will go in reference label. So sales is selected. Okay. We have already added the reference the variance. Okay, the variance in percentage and variance in value. So I will add, if sales is selected, I will add the sales in value. So my sales in value is given, my sales in percentage is given. Okay, I will change this one to the same working, which is delta py or delta ly. Okay, so I will go for the title of delta. So let me just copy paste the delta from my previous file. So this is delta ly, this one. So I will go for the exact name, which is delta ly. Okay, so this is delta ly, and I will go for this part as delta ly. Yes, so percentage. Okay, so I've done two things. As far as this is percentage, so I will show this one in percentage, so it will be shown in percentage. Okay, and let's go for the next one, which is values. So for values, the single value will change according to this actually CF formula which we created. So we'll go right over here and let's make it in field value CF, select this one. So it will show us green, and let's go right over here and show this value green. Okay. So this was for sales. If I select quantity, now it is not showing because the value is changed. So we need to repeat this part, uh, say one more time and do it again. Okay, so same thing. I will do it again just to show you, and then of course I will show you the final file, and you can do it by yourself. So once you selected quantities, then you will have to add the same. First, the variance and variance in percentage, then change it in delta. So this one is title. Okay. This is delta, and this is delta percentage. So I'll show you two. And for the rest, of course, you can go for the practice and you can do this one uh, by yourself, percentage. And then, of course, for value, you will have to select the measure, which is our measure of CF, this one, right over here. So this one is added, and now I will go for this one. Let's go for value. And this one is that. Okay. So now we have almost covered everything. So if you select sales, so the KPI card will show you sales, the absolute variance and the relative variance of sales is selected. If you click on quantities, so it will show you the exact number of quantity and the absolute and relative variance of quantity. Okay, so this is how you can make your visual dynamic. So we have made two visuals dynamic. We have made a line chart, the main story title and the subtitle dynamic, and also the card, the absolute variance and the relative variance dynamic. So you can also make this one dynamic. Okay. Uh, uh, if you want to learn these kind of things in a more detailed manner, in a structured manner, so actually we have developed a course especially for the finance professionals. And the detail of the course actually is provided in one of the videos. I will share the videos, link of the video right over here. So in that very course, we create a detailed CFO dashboard where we create a combined summary dashboard for CFO, a summary of income statement, balance sheet, cash flow, receivable, payable, monthly liquidity, profitability analysis is also provided. Then we go for the income statement. So this is totally dynamic in nature. And then we go for the income statement, for dynamic income statement. So there are a lot of things which we did cover. So it's kind of a detailed working which we do for AR, aging analysis, as well AP analysis. And during the course, we tend to cover a lot of things. A detailed presentation is given to the participants. I've shared the presentation, so it is around a detailed one where we go through with a lot of things. Everything is covered in a very structured manner, and we go at a very slow pace. So this course is designed for those professionals who are not aware of Power BI. Okay, so if you are not aware of Power BI, you are more than welcome. You are good in Excel, but you are not aware of Power BI, so you can go for these courses. Okay, we tend to create various Power BI files in a structured manner. And at the end, I also give the CFO dashboard to the participants along with various assets, backgrounds, icons, and all those things. Okay. And one more thing. If you are watching in the first week of January 2026, then this voting will be open. So do vote whether you want us to answer the question like which region, say, is profitable, or discounts, whether we want to give the discounts, whether they are profitable or not, which segment is most valuable, or which are the top customers, in a dynamic manner, a detailed manner. So we will cover this in our next session, which is data storytelling using Power BI. Okay. Hope you have learned a lot, and let's meet next week with one of the questions which you have selected. Uh, Best of luck, and let's meet in the next session. Okay, bye.